Hi, good morning. It's Brad here with DeSite Screeners, and I'm standing beside Mark here, who purchased one of our SLG 78 machines with the riser and the new flow control system. And Mark's got a project going on up here. He's building a home and putting in some roads, and he's going to be that wannabe hobby farmer up here, I do believe. So, anyways, Mark, I do appreciate you buying our machines. Why don't you tell me a little bit about what you're trying to do here, what the materials you're trying to create?
Yeah, absolutely. What was told is what we need to start off with for putting in a septic tank is pea gravel. So that's what we're trying to get at right now is pea gravel. And we went into our bank and found some decent material. And then I thought before I got too carried away, I would give you a call and see if you'd give me a hand to get straightened out.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Yeah, it gives us a great opportunity to share our screeners with some of our other people that are thinking about doing similar things. You got a nice little gravel seam here. It looks like pretty clean material. It looks like you got everything from probably about 6 inch down in here.
Yeah.
Some nice sandy material. So you're looking for any kind of road based material or capping or?
Absolutely. We want to have what they said three quarter minus, and then for our roads, and then we want 2 inch minus for our septic fields.
Okay.
And then of course bedding material, bedding sign for all our wire and all our lines.
Well, from what I can see, you got all the products here.
Yep.
Looks like I know you purchased some different mesh sizes from us to make that road-based material, to make your bedding sand for your utilities. I believe you bought a 1x1 mesh to create some stone for under slab on your concrete.
That's correct.
And then we've got a 1/4x4 on here to pull out your fines for your utility bedding and to separate those fines for making your pea gravel here. So
excellent.
That's kind of the beauty of DeSite screeners. You know, they're affordable, but they're extremely portable. So you can use them on small projects like this. How many miles are you from town?
We are about 50 about 20 miles.
About 20 miles to town. So
yeah.
What would it take a truck rounder down up and down the hill?
I can tell you what it is. It's 3 hours. It's 3 hours to hour and a half here and an hour and a half return.
Okay, so what are you looking at for $400, $500 trucking?
That's what it is. Yeah, I was the last one was just shy $500 actually for the trucking.
Just for the trucking side of it, yeah.
You bet.
Well, that's great. Well, I mean, you got all the material here. You got some beautiful stacking rock sitting over there for when you're done doing your landscaping, and it's great. Yeah, it's all here. Well, let's fire up the skid steer. What I did here was I just made a little pad. It was kind of all lumpy and curvy, and one of the mistakes people make when they're setting up to do screening and recycling is they don't prep their area, and you end up working yourself into a corner. So we came in here, we just kind of leveled it out. I'm going to backblade it off with the skid steer. And then we're going to start pulling this material off the front of the screener here, running it over the 3/4x4. There's a bunch of pea gravel inside of this material. And so once we get going, we'll stop and you can take a look at it and we'll talk a little bit more about the usage of it. All right, so we ran a whole bunch of that material through, and Mark got his pea gravel that he needed for his project for his septic tank. We leveled out this area. We're trying to get set for more of a long-term screening application here. Mark wants to use his 75 hoe, and he wants to make use of his 300 Bobcat here. There'll be times when he's screening with two guys, sometimes by himself. So what we've done here is we've set it up. So we put the hoe up on the bank a little bit, changed it over to his 24-inch dig-in bucket. Gonna feed the screener from the side. That way you got great vision from the seat of the hoe. Went over, tore up some material here for the skid steer to get into, so it's not digging and chewing. It's all loosened up. Skid steer can feed the screener. Excavator can feed the screener. We're gonna excavate everything within the reach of that hoe, and then we'll move over, dig it, probably do one more setting, and then you just pick the screener up and you move that screener over about 30 feet, and you're right back into the material again. So that's kind of the beauty of these little SLG 78 screeners. We're working in an area here that's probably 35 by 35. We're running two machines. We're going to get great production, making both the 3/4 minus, of which he'll rescreen, and then he'll have his 3/4 plus, which he'll stockpile down here, rerun it later on the 2x2 mesh, create his drainage stone, and then have some overs for erosion control. So everything in here has a purpose, it has a need, and Mark will use those over different periods of time once he has them stockpiled to make the product he needs when he needs it. What do you think, Mark? We ran that pea gravel and
Yeah.
put it in your truck and took it down below?
Not slick how quick that worked out. I mean, the amount of material, like it doesn't look like a big machine, just how easily it's moved around, but the amount of material it can move in a short time is pretty awesome. You know, it works well.
Good. Well, it's kind of the beauty of the way we design our stuff. We keep it simple, build it well, and make it affordable. Those three in combination usually makes a winning team every time. So
Absolutely, and just keeping it simple. And this is the first time I've used a screener like this. I don't have prior experience doing it, and it is very user friendly. And guy can put two and two together and it works out. It's nice. What you stressed on before is your layout, making sure you lay it out properly so you're not tripping yourself and planning it. And I could see that being a mistake that the fellow like myself would have made, if you didn't talk to somebody that knew the proper layout there. So once you have that, it kind of just falls together.
Yeah, well, you can see kind of the lay of your land here. You can work yourself back into the hill, create yourself a large working area, and then you can come and set yourself back up at this front corner, drop down another 6-8 feet, and then work your way back through that whole pile again. And you're just making small moves, but you got a large volume of material to be able to work with. So.
Absolutely, no, it just it works well. I'm impressed.
Very good. Well, I'm glad that we didn't take your money and there was no happiness on the other side.
No, and on that note, there was a few calls about how does this work and how did that work, and you answered the phone every time on the weekends and after hours, so I appreciate that too.
Well, one more phone call, we were going to call you Rain Man.
Fair enough.
So anyways, we're going to fire back up here, and Jan's going to shoot a little bit of video just showing the excavator feeding it and the skid steer coming in and grabbing. We're going to use this whole area in front of us now to do our stockpile of our 3/4 minus, and then I'm going to be separating out the oversize, and Mark will be grabbing that with his skid steer, and we'll stockpile it down over the bank so we can get into it a little bit later. So here we go, round two. screening there? So
35 minutes probably.
So how long do you think we were screening there?
I would say
Steady
30,
screening.
35, 45 minutes tops.
You were filming there, Jan. How long do you think we were?
30 minutes? 20 minutes?
That's it?
Yeah, 30 minutes, I think.
30 minutes?
30
So
minutes, yeah.
out of 30 minutes, there's probably close to 15 to 18 yards of 3/4 minus there. And there's probably 12, 13 yards of bigger material here. So we put through probably, what do you want? Say 15 and 13.
30,
We put 25 yards of material through there in about 30 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Making those two products. So now you can get your 2x2 mesh.
Yep.
And you can stockpile all this stuff over there, and then at your leisure, run your 2x2 mesh here,
Yep.
and you're going to get your 3/4 up to 1.5 inch material.
Yep.
And then you'll have all your erosion stone. The same time you're digging, I'm pulling out the oversized rock with the hoe.
Yep.
Throwing it to the side. You can use it for stacking walls later or doing riparian zones.
Absolutely.
So everything here has a use. So like say all the fines in here, you can use that to bed your utilities.
Yep.
And you know, like capping what you were saying there, you said you're what, $500 to have a truck just for the trucking.
Yeah.
To come out from town. So if you're calculating, if you can make a load of something every hour, if you're only doing 12, 15 yards an hour,
Yeah.
you're making $500 an hour with, you know, your $10,000 screener and your skid steer and a little excavator.
Absolutely. No, it just makes sense. Just makes sense.
Had you ever been around screeners before?
No, this is the first time being around any of it. We've been to sites where we would deliver cutting edges and bucket teeth for guys, but never sticking around. And those were big screeners, like big screening plants, right? But
Yeah.
and they have acres of land. But as far as a tight, compact area, no, never like this. And just how quick and easy it is, and to change screens, I would say we did it in 20 minutes. I would say.
Yeah.
Tops.
Yeah.
Tops. It just works well.
Yeah.
It's amazing how much material goes through there. I'm just surprised. It's surprised. Again, it's about the setup of having two machines and working it and planning ahead, for sure.
So what got you thinking on the screening plant?
What got me thinking on it was the fun of it, to be honest with you, being able to just have some time and make something, and then when you spend your time, see what you have at the end of the day.
Right.
You know, it's just like getting firewood. You're working and having fun, and just saving money a lot. Like the cost of trucking today and the materials is expensive, right? So save money and a little bit of work outside. Absolutely.
Right on. Where'd you find us at?
You know what? Facebook and Googling screening, and your guys' plant came up, and then yours looked the easiest and the simplest to use. And after talking to you there, it's just how simple the whole setup was, and it was. I figured it would be a good investment. And I don't think it'll take too long before it's paid off. That's for damn sure.
No. Was it what you expected?
To be honest with you, no. It's quicker than what I expected. I thought I would spend more time with getting the material I need. I'm impressed at how fast you can put material through that, and to have two usable products like that. So pleasantly surprised.
Cool.
Pleasantly surprised. Absolutely.
Well, very good, Mark. I got to get along my way.
Yes.
But hey, you know what? It's been a pleasure and it's been fun today out here messing with you here.
It has been fun. Thanks again for coming out and setting a guy straight, and a little bit of intel goes a long ways for sure.
Well, I hope when you get time, you don't get so busy you can't take a couple photos and pluck them our way on your progress. And
I will absolutely make sure I do that 100%. The least I can do.
Awesome.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you
well,
very
that's
much.
it for today.